All right, we're live. I had the date wrong in my events thing, and I said 7. I'm 10 minutes early. So let's see if anyone comes on early, and let's see if I can figure out. So if you are watching this recorded, skip to 10 minutes. That's where I'll really start the show, okay? So there's going to be 10 minutes of me getting set and ready and whatever. And then I'll start the content, answering questions and all that in 10 minutes. Hello, Shiva Kadaga. I don't know how to pronounce your name. First comment. All right, so I want to figure out how to share. The other thing is if someone wants to come on, or is that only in Hangouts? I don't think you can come on this thing. Let me just see what's... Okay, this I don't need. How do I share? Uh-oh. What if I hit this X? Is that going to screw things up? Uh-oh. No, I don't want to stop. How do I get rid of? I'm sorry. I'm like I said, it's going to take me a few minutes to figure this out. I've got all these filters popped up. I don't know how to get rid of them. What is this? Oh my God, that's not what we want. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, and what is this? Show comments. We want that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm putting up a video tomorrow about, I put up a video this morning saying, I'm filming from Ty's house. A lot of people unsubscribed from me. I mean, not a ton, but, I saw the numbers going down. So I have a video coming out tomorrow. I've known Ty for 10 years. Listen, he may be shiny on the outside, and a lot of shiny things are not pretty when you look under the hood. But Ty is the real deal. I've known him for 10 years. I'm not embarrassed to be helping him out and for free, and he's helped me out. You'll see the video. Hopefully, next video I put up, I'm going to put up about that. Okay, so that's it. We've got the... Oh, I said I was going to wait for 10 minutes for the record. Ty's got... You want to see the garage? So I'm here. Ty is not here. He's away, and there's a party out here. There's a pajama party starting that Bravo is filming. starting at 7. We can sneak out. I know. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on a second. It's going to be a pajama party. I guess we can go out there in a minute. But I'm here. There's no one here. I can just go maybe we'll just go to his bedroom. No. But the cars, if you want to see, here in my garage. Yeah, people, Ty's very helpful. People hate it. Some people, it scares people. Yeah, so that's the garage. The cars aren't in the garage. Okay. He's got them outside. And I recorded for the Crypto Court. Uh-oh. We still here? 20 years in e-commerce advice. Hopefully our Wi-Fi... Uh-oh. Why does it keep saying reconnecting? I don't know. So yeah, I recorded a couple. And how did I... So I met Ty in... and I was back then, I had the bigger house. It was always about this stuff. It's for real. And then... So this is a video I'm going to put up tomorrow. Okay, can you guys hear me? I'm getting some... And so, he owes... I owe him. He really helped me. And for free, I am not embarrassed to be helping Ty in his thing. So, someone's asking, is this bull run? It's not a bull run when it goes up for one day. Though, that was a good day. Don't get me wrong. But you saw my video I made a couple weeks ago talking about... I said I wasn't going to start this video. I made a video talking about how I think we're in the boring phase. We kind of stay flat for a while. I would be surprised if the boring phase only lasted less than a week. Until we get over 9,500 or bouncing above 10, I think once we get over 10, we're going to start creeping up to the old high, and then it goes parabolic. I don't expect that to happen right now. Yesterday's jump sort of confirms that the steep down is over. But I don't know that it was enough to prove to me that the bull is going to be running. I still expect it to stay flat. We hit 8 nicely, probably comes back down. Who knows, 7-ish. It's getting less and less likely that we see 5,000, but it could still, like I said, the boring phase is not that boring. We jumped $1,000 in 30 minutes, and there could be a day It still could touch 5,000 one day. I still have a little bit more dollars in my dollar cost averaging, so I'm hoping there's one more downward. But I'd love it if there isn't. It's always the way you want to be with trading. If it goes up, you're happy. If it goes down, you're happy. It's a good place to be. So I don't know that it's over, but if tomorrow we get another big bull run like that, it might be. But I'm sort of not expecting that. Are you bullish on privacy coins? Did you see the video I made? It's like the last video I made. I just talked about the privacy coins. Privacy, I made a video a while ago, someone pointed out, reminded me, that privacy is a commodity. Someone says they're going to double down on BitConnect. I don't believe you. Privacy is like a commodity. Lightning Network is bringing privacy to Bitcoin. Ethereum has some privacy with ZK Snarks. In the long run, the big coins have privacy. These little coins that have a little technology advantage are interesting and fun and may survive for a minute until, the real privacy is adopted into the bigger coins. But I don't buy the small. I want the big winner, like Bitcoin, and they have privacy. So with Lightning Network. Do you think stocks or crypto, this crash, yes, things crash occasionally, but you can't live your life waiting for the crash, and you're only going to act when there's a crash, because then when there's a crash and you're waiting for that, then it happens and you're sitting on your hands, you're scared, or you're waiting for the crash, you finally give up and go, oh, I'm not waiting anymore, and you put your money in and then it crashes. You gotta sort of always be putting, sort of investing and be active. I don't know why I keep saying I have a bad connection. Hello from Africa. Let's go outside and see if we have better connection. Maybe better background. So there's a whole event here. Oh, that didn't work. Well, I have a better idea. That looks good. We got M&Ms. Okay, so let's see. For those who are tuning in now, sorry, I started eating M&Ms. Probably not the best idea. Can you all hear me well? It's a little loud out here. If you can't hear me, let me know. God, I shouldn't have eaten the M&M. Choking on it. Okay, so for those who are tuning in now, I did talk a little bit before the 10 minutes. If you don't want to miss a word of me, you can rewind to like 7 minutes. Sounds good. Great. What a cool background, huh? Pajamas. All right. So let's go through the questions, see if I can keep up. Probably not. I mean, I already got too many, but still running. Stellar. Everybody with the price predictions. What price is it going to be in 20 minutes? Like, here's the thing. Just think, how big is the ecosystem now? And will it be much bigger in 5 years? If the answer is yes, it's probably a good investment. As long as it's true, they're not going to print a ton more tokens. That's what you want, ecosystems that are growing rapidly. And then the price follows, but you can't predict the exact price. And also, try to buy when it's not at a peak. If you didn't know in December that it was like a crazy time to buy, then that's you got to be aware. I didn't buy anything in December. Nothing. Right? It was obviously insane, going up 20% a day. And now when it was falling and falling, now no one wants to buy. No, everyone wanted to buy at 15,000. No one wants to buy at 6,000. When it's off 60%, it's off its highs. That's when you want to start getting a little bit. So I don't even remember what question I was answering there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with all these questions. Golem, I want to read about. They just launched. I love the Golem story. I don't know where the project's at. I'm going to start researching. That thing could be really cool. I'm going to look into that. Someone from Brazil. I love Brazil. When I used to go out in Hollywood, Brazilian women were my favorites. And favorites in that attitude. We love everything. Everything is fun. Such great attitude, I found it. Not a huge sampling with that analysis, but, So, Hello from Africa. Again, what price? What do you think Stellar will be worth in 1 year? I think it will be bigger. What I'm thinking about is that IBM will, through banks, they'll be doing billions a month on the Stellar network. That a central bank will be launching its crypto on the Stellar network. To me, that's growth of the ecosystem. That's what I want to see. I'm sure the price follows if those things happen, right? And for Bitcoin, you know, institutional money starts putting 1% of their portfolio into Bitcoin. If that happens, I think the price is good. Exactly what? I have no idea. Okay, EOS, I guess I'm going to have to make a video for the channel here about EOS. I'll talk about it for a minute, but it's so, because I got a lot of questions in Ty's course. I talked about it for a while. The bottom line is, guess what? It hasn't launched, and it hasn't launched decentralized. They're releasing the software in June, and then it's supposed to have 21 block producers. So for me, I wait till it's launched, it's decentralized, and then I see businesses investing. Then I think, okay, this could be something. We're not there yet. It's not there for me. And the concern I have is, one, is it so much better than Ethereum, which has a much bigger community, that someone who's going to make a big investment would go to EOS? Maybe. But the other thing is, it's a very different system for security. Ethereum, you know, proof of work, using the Ethereum token, sort of modeled after Bitcoin, which we knew worked. Ethereum's been working and safe for a number of years. EOS is a whole new system with voting, a different consensus algorithm. Is it going to work? You know, hey, Sean's here. Sean Jennings does email for sextoy.com and the Sextoy properties. FYI, just giving him a props, celebrity on the channel. Ty, I don't even know where Ty is. You probably watch his Snapchat, you'll see where he is. Dan Fleischman, who I've known for years, he's over there somewhere. This is his party, and Bravo's here, and it's a pajama party, some reality show. I don't know. Maybe I hang out for a minute. Scrolling through the questions. Hello from Panama. What about EOS? Did I finish talking about EOS? So there's a lot of question marks. The new consensus algorithm, you know, will it work? The voting system, you know, the system they have for security and consensus, it's new, it's unique, might be awesome, but A, maybe it's not, or B, maybe it is, but it takes years for people to become accustomed to it, and they have to catch Ethereum. And Ethereum's not sitting still. Plasma can do, you know, whatever, thousands of transactions per second. It's already launched now. I'm hearing things about it. Could EOS be too late? I don't know. I'm not trying to FUD it, and I don't hate it. But with everything, you know, someone said, you lost a fan when I was negative about OMG. You lost a fan. I'm like, I'm not looking for fans. I'm looking for skeptical investors. I am skeptical about everything. As much as I say, I love Ethereum, I love, you know, Stellar or Bitcoin. I do, but I'm skeptical, and I'll dump them in a sec. Well, I won't dump in a second because things change slowly, but I don't hide from the negative news. And if I don't there's no negative story, if I don't know the negative story, then I'm really scared, because there's got to be a reason why it won't work. And if I don't know that reason, then, you know, if you're not scared about your investments, you're not properly invested. So this is not Ty's party. This is Dan's party. Let's see if I can see Dan here. I don't know, but very attractive looking crowd over there, I gotta tell you. I don't know if I'm good looking enough for the party. Well, I did get a haircut. People saying Tether will collapse. Listen, I was concerned at first. It was like, there's some smoke, maybe there's fire. I did a video, and Phil Potter is one of the executives at Bitfinex. He got me on the phone. I talked to him. I don't think there's a problem with Tether. That's my guess. I don't know everything. He didn't send me bank statements. But I am not afraid of Tether. You can see I have a couple videos on it. You can watch, see my opinion. I'm not worried about it. So far, I've been proven right. It's because it hasn't collapsed. I don't think there's all this manipulation, conspiracy theories. I don't believe any of that crap either. So, you know. What about EOS before you die? I think I just talked about EOS. Grab a girl. Yeah. How do you learn to trade? Don't trade. This is another thing. I have a video about the difference between being an entrepreneur and an investor. An entrepreneur, you get stuff done every day. You learn by doing, you're executing and doing stuff every day. As an investor, you read, you're really knowledgeable, and then you make a bet and you let it sit there. Those are two very different disciplines. Know which one you're at. And I think trading, the problem with trading is you have entrepreneurs, entrepreneurial attitudes being put into investing. That's right. And they're like, oh, if you buy and you sell, you made profits, you're earning income. No. It's investing. Know the difference between investing and running a business. I have a video on that. I think that's important to watch if you're a trader wannabe. Watch my videos on not trading. I feel strongly about it. Do you have one day cryptocurrency to run our economy? Could we have one? Well, I just made a video too. There's a new book, The Bitcoin Standard. Look it up. You can get it on Kindle. What a book. And it really argues that there is a tremendous amount of value to the economy and the world to have one coin that is the unit of account around the world, that is not a currency based on debt that can't be more printed. Tremendous value. And I think that's Bitcoin's game to lose. And if it wins, it's big money. The store of value story is the bubble that never pops. What's the best household item to sell online for? You know what? That is a tough question because it's sort of always changing, and finding your little niche. I don't know what's the best today. Sometimes it's what do you know? You may know about something, and there's not that much out there. Super niche items can work well. Based on it's supply and demand thing. If there's something like I mentioned on my e-commerce course I did for ties, there's one niche. It's called I can't remember the name of their website, but they focus on sex toys for Christian couples. Now listen, there's not a ton of Christian couples buying sex toys, but if you are, there's nowhere to get any information. This website is like the only one doing it, and so they get some volume, they get some sales. Have a niche, and it really helps if it's something you're kind of interested in, because you need to sort of do the marketing, understand it, and work on it. If it's a product that you hate and don't want to know about, it can be a problem. But it's tough to know which item right now. I'm not sort of in that world. I don't know. So I did not sell the OMG. Holy shit, would I have been upset if I sold it right after I made my video. Good thing I don't listen to all these people who tell me that I moved markets, right? Because it was supposed to go down because I said negative things. Turns out it went up by 50%. This is not because everyone thinks I'm wrong. It's because nobody moves, no one channel, even Tai Lopez cannot move markets. Maybe CNBC when they had crypto, Bitcoin week. They probably had a little effect. And then it immediately went down. So, I didn't sell my OMG, and I found someone shared a really great article in the comments, which I'm studying. I'm trying to understand Tendermint and Cosmos, because we're getting free coins on that if you own OMG. But I don't understand exactly what that whole thing is about. I'm trying to study it. I'm not in a rush to sell, because the thing is, like I say, oh, Cardano's going to zero. Well, I might not go to zero for that. Hey, it might not go to zero for 3 years. So, there's no rush here, because there's a lot of believers right now out there. And, someday, the believers may start losing faith. But right now, everybody thinks everything's going to the moon, baby. Lambos. I thought you held these in Amla. What else do you hold? So I have a tiny bit of OMG and a tiny bit of storage. Those are the only other two I own. And it's like 1, maybe 2%. And it's because I got them a while. Well, the storage I recently just bought a teeny bit because I kind of like the story. I just did a video. What's that? Oh, do you want me to go inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sort of putting the kibosh. They don't like me filming out here. Look at that background. Let's enjoy one more minute, and we'll go finish inside. Hopefully, I don't lose my Wi-Fi. Lost connection. Let's see. I wonder if... No. Let's go over here. Shit, why does it say unable to connect? I feel like I have bars. I have full Wi-Fi. Let's try right here. Okay. How do you learn to start trading? Again with the trading. Are there any top, richest people in the world that are traders? Like, none. It's not the way to go. You trade sometimes because you have to. I buy because I think it's going to be right. And sometimes I learn that I'm wrong, so I trade out of it. And you know what? Also, I held Facebook for a long time. I just sold out of it. I'm not a trader, not just. I did, and this is just luck. I literally 3 weeks before the friggin' started falling, because there were a number of reasons. So I traded, but it was like enough already. Like, I feel like it's sort of, that whole world has sort of peaked. Or I no longer think that it's taking over the world. It might do great, but the point is, what was another one I sold? Or I did sell a little XLM too, because it was 80% of my portfolio, so I traded out of it. But you trade sort of because you have to, either because you're wrong or you have too much, not as a sort of this hobby and you think you can time markets. And also, watch my video about, it's not just that you don't make as much money, the lifestyle. You're sleeping at night with one eye open watching the charts. The best time to trade, even if you know the charts, what if the best time to trade is 2 a.m. or when you're at dinner? And trading some of this crypto, you got to send to one exchange and then to another. It takes all day. Or if you're a real investor, all you do is sit around and read at your leisure. That's the way to go. What kind of a party? It's a pajama party filmed by Bravo. Looks okay. When I'm done with this, I might go check it out. Although I'm not wearing pajamas. I'm wearing my Tai Lopez shirt. See that? What do you think of Dogecoin? I think Dogecoin was made as a joke. Listen, it's gone around, it's gone up, but these things, it's like, pick the winners, pick the king, pick the one that you think is going to be a huge foundational platform for the next 20 years. Think big. Dogecoin, it was made as a joke. And maybe it'll stay around and find some niche, but it's not going to be the king. How would it? They're not even the founders aren't even serious about it. Do you drink? Alcohol, I don't like drink. I like the pot if I'm gonna pick. I prefer that. What do you think we in the uptrend? I said this before it actually started. So you see my video where I talk about this. It seems to be a recurring pattern of the parabolic move up, fall down 70 to 90%, then sort of goes into a boring period where it's flat for a while, and then we start to tick towards the old high, and then it goes parabolic again to a much higher level. I think we just started the boring period. I think it's going to trend along at probably at these levels. Now, yesterday's jump was big, but it's still, you got to get over 10 before I think we start ticking to the old highs. So my guess is it hit 8, it comes back down to 7. We bounce around this 7-ish. And there could be one day where it's in the 5s. I bet there's a lot of people. One reason, so I'm more bullish. I thought we were going to bounce around 5, where now we're bouncing around 7. And people are very negative. Everybody thinks it's going down. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I don't think it's gone down as much as I thought it was going to go down. And I don't know that we're in the uptrend yet. But if you're dollar cost averaging in, it's, I think 7,000 appears to be a decent floor. But the boring period is not that boring. Nothing in crypto is boring. And even though 7 is the trend, yesterday, went up 1,000 in 30 minutes, and it can drop 1,000 in 30 minutes, and then sort of come back and stay at this level. What about Civic? Civic is interesting. This whole identity business is very interesting. It hasn't moved along. Civic seems to be a leader. I don't know enough about it, and I don't see that it's advanced enough that I would invest, or that I know enough about it to invest. But I'm watching the whole identity, that we're going to eventually have our sort of, instead of an ID card, you're going to have an imprint on a blockchain. But a lot of companies are working on it. IBM's working on stuff with it. Who knows? It's an exciting space, but I haven't invested in it. Stellar. My most watched video is Stellar versus Ripple. If you go to my channel, I've got a playlist for Stellar. It's my first one. Stellar versus XRP. XLM versus XRP. I think Stellar's better, and it's at like 1/5 the value. XRP is valued 4 or 5 times higher. So I definitely like Stellar over XRP. What happened to my comments here? Uh-oh. Now it's skipped all the way down. Oh, here we are. Are you a believer in being organized? Yeah, you know what? And I heard Ty has a course for organization. I want to maybe do one course. I'm an organizational freak. I'm crazy about it. I have short-term lists, long-term lists. Everything's on spreadsheets. I make plans. And an important part, too, about planning is make a plan and then go back and see how you did according to your plan. And not just to see, oh, I did that or I didn't do that, but sort of like, why didn't I do that? And get better at predicting your own behavior. Oh, I'm going to work out 3 hours a day. And then you work out 20 minutes for 3 days. What went wrong? And then you make a new plan based on who you are, right? So it's not just being organized. It's seeing if you stick to your organization. I am very organized, especially with lists, writing things down, very important. My comments keep disappearing. That's really annoying because then I have to scroll all the way back to where I was. Mainstream. Pantera Capital, right, is big money coming to crypto. It seems, first of all, in general, that's the thesis, that Bitcoin disrupts gold and, possibly fiat currency. That's the story. If you believe in that story, then real institutional. The story that I think is catching on Wall Street and people kind of are comfortable with is 1% of your assets into crypto, aka Bitcoin. If that happens, huge amounts of money, and we're going up. Nano, is that the Ray blocks? I think. Is Nano Ray blocks? You put in a new comment if Nano's Ray blocks, because then I can talk about it. Otherwise, I'm not sure what Nano is. I forget. I know I looked it up once. How many top coins do you think will be top by 2025? Right now, if you look at the top 10, top 20, I bet 3 of them. Well, I do believe Bitcoin and Ethereum will be there, and XLM. Almost all the others, I'm not sure, right? And the other ones that will be around might not be in the top 20. So that means 3 of the top 20, I bet, will be possibly nothing or a lot smaller. So a lot of the coins dropping off. The reason everything is so crazy is that every coin has a story. As long as it's not a scam, it has a real story of how they're going to take over the world and be super important. And right now, there's enough believers for every story to price it to win. Everybody has tremendous optimism for every project. So everything is priced that it's going to do amazing. And the reality is most of them won't do amazing. And then once it starts sinking in that, wait a second, maybe one of mine is not going to work out. And then people start panicking and then they fall. But right now, this latest sort of downturn was sort of across the board. And now, when everything rallied yesterday, it was everything. The ones that I think are shit and ones that I think are scams went up too. So that tells me that sort of the faith in everything is still there, and this is just a liquidity downturn. I don't think the party's over as far as, just what I would consider to be shit coins doing well. I think they may continue. Mainstream trying. I don't think it's mainstream trying to kill Tesla. I think that to me the story of Tesla is it's about the factory. It's about machines making the machines, and a lot of people don't see that and they don't believe that, and so that's what they write about, is that they don't think that's going to work, because it's not. If you just think it's about an electric car, well, there's a lot of companies that will make electric cars. If my feeling is it's about the factory, and that's not easily replicated. And so they have a huge competitive advantage. That's why I like Tesla. The media, most of the media, doesn't understand. I've talked to my father. I've told him exactly what I think. He's like, I don't know, risky. So he doesn't like it. It's not that he's trying to ruin it. He doesn't see the story. Do you think there's any chance the world is flat? No, I do not. What kind of videos do you think we will see in a true bull run in crypto? I don't know what that means. Pot. I'll tell you, the funny thing about pot business is almost all the businesses lose money and do horribly, and it's probably because they're all run by potheads. Now, I smoke some pot, and it doesn't seem to hurt my business, but I haven't seen a pot business that you know, you would think it's a great business. I haven't seen any that have good numbers. Now, I'm sure there's one, and eventually there'll be ones, but most pot businesses, look at the numbers, you know, horrible. And you know, these things are pot coin, this coin, that coin. Yeah, I think Lightning Network is coming, and there'll be an easy way to accept Bitcoin. Potcoin, accept Bitcoin. The Potcoin is Bitcoin. The only coin I like is Bitcoin. Stocks are boring. Well, when you get old, you may start to like investments that are boring. Ones that you don't have to worry about and watch with one eye open when you sleep and read every single day. Things that just sort of sit there and do okay. Boring is not horrible. Bull trap coming. Yeah, if you think it's going down more, listen, it's off 70% off the high it went. I mean, how down do you think it's going to go? And this isn't like 2014 when there was one exchange, 80% of the volume went out and industry leaders were put in jail. This is nothing. The structure of the crypto space is better than ever. This is just a pricing adjustment, so I don't think it's that bad. We have an adult film movie set. Yes, I have been. I've seen, you know, it's one of those things, oh, I'm going to go see, it's going to be awesome, and then you're there, and it's like, okay, done that. I mean, what are you going to do, you know? Cardona's going to go big, admit it. I mean, admit it. I'm not hiding anything. Like, if I'm wrong, it's because I actually believe I'm wrong, or if I say something, it's because I believe it. I'm not trying to like, oh, I really like Cardano, but I'm going to pretend that I don't like it to be funny or to be controversial. You can't, you know, keep it real. It's a very important thing in life that I'll tell you what, people make up lies and try to pretend there's something else, and then it becomes this whole web of lies. And people always say to me, "Oh, wow, it's awesome. You're honest and all this." That's all I know, and it's so easy if you're honest. And I think, and so to me, it's like, why don't people just be honest? And it's like, because if you lie your whole life, you don't even know yourself. I don't make shit up because there's no point in it. What about Nano again? Is Nano Rayblox or what is it? What about Byteball? Never even heard of it. And with anything, everyone says, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? My first question is always, has it launched and is it decentralized? 90% of the time, the answer to that is no. And I don't invest in anything that's a white paper. I can't predict from a white paper and GitHub commits whether something is going to be great. I don't know. I wait to see something is up, it's decentralized, which is what makes it cool and have what I think great growth potential. And then, is there actually adoption? I like to see things happening. I'm not good at, there's a big gap between idea and execution. And I think a lot of people value the idea at the same level as execution, you know, that it's launched. Look at Stellar as a network up and running, decentralized, and people value it as the same as some other white paper that says they're going to do it in a few years or I don't know when. That's not the same. The one that's launched is a safer bet. So I don't remember what question I was answering. What happened to my... Oh, I hate when they disappear like that. So anyways, yeah, most coins, you know, what do you think of it? It's like, has it launched? Is it decentralized? And usually not. Okay, so, so I talked about EO at the beginning of this video. I'll just mention again. Are you getting into, you know, when it launches and it's decentralized and I see the adoption rate, then I might get interested. And so we're closer, but I don't know. I still have all the same questions I had 3 months ago for EOS. I want to see. It hasn't launched yet, so I don't know. How do you invest in a month? And how much do you invest in a month? Well, it's sort of like you, and I have, again, in my videos on my channel, there's one about, I think dollar cost averaging is in the title. Bottom line is, what's your total savings? What percentage of your savings do you want to move in crypto? 1 to 10%, I think, 10% is the most. 1% is a good idea. It actually lowers your volatility to have 1% of your portfolio in crypto. You have that number, divide that over a number of months, and then put that amount in per month on down days. So I'm not really putting in more money now because I already put in money before now it's like I have too much crypto. I've got plenty of crypto exposure. So I'm not putting more dollars in at this point. Where are we here? Yes. Oh, now we're over here. Oh boy, there's a lot lot of questions. I don't know. This could go on all night. Making a course on organization. You know, if you guys want me to do other videos on this crypto course, I could do videos, you know, send me requests. I could do a video on organization. And making a course, trying to make money, have a business in these courses, it feels like a lot of work. And I'm just not in the mood to work. As long as my investments are doing okay, I don't want to work. I just like to read and make videos. You know, a course it's a lot of work. But to make some videos and give advice on organization, I would. Specific questions, ask me questions. Let me know. The Syria missile strikes, breaking news. Oh, I haven't seen it. I don't know. You know, listen, things happen. I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing about it. I haven't read about it. We'll see what it is. Where do you find material to read? Always go for experts. I have a Twitter, DaveLevine0com is my Twitter. And you can see who I follow. And I follow only experts. And when experts recommend something to read, it's usually articles on Twitter. I copy, you know, articles that look good. I keep them in a spreadsheet in a column, and then when it's time to read, I go read all those articles. And I also look for books, high ratings on Amazon, make sure the author is someone respected, and you know, and put the time in for reading. Okay, Ray Blocks. So Ray Blocks is a new sort of a new system for running. It's not even a blockchain. It's a different type of chain, whatever it is. Looks great, looks interesting, maybe it works. It's brand new. If they gain huge volume and have huge volume for over 5 years, real people will start to trust it. You know, is it too little, too late to compete with Bitcoin? I don't know. It's new and it's small and it's young. I would watch its growth rate. If it's growing like crazy and they don't run into huge technical problems, at some point I would start to say, hey, maybe this is good. But right now it's just a new idea, and it's untested. And you can't compare that to Bitcoin, which has been tested over 10 years. And the whole argument against Bitcoin last year, it's slow and expensive. Now with Lightning Network, it's free, it's instant, and it's private. So what do you need another one for? Bought $20 crypto at $6,700. Listen, maybe you caught the bottom with that. It's only $20 though, so don't get too excited. Does it bother you? You know, I haven't seen this Ricardo. I wish I could make a note of this because I want to look that up. So there's a founder of Monero. Well, I don't know who Ricardo Spagni. If he's one of the very important in Monero, which is sort of a respected currency, has something to say about Ethereum, I would want to hear it, and I would read. Not an article talking about it, but actually Ricardo Spagni, whatever he said exactly. I don't read the articles of what somebody said. Read what somebody said. And I would read it, and I don't know, see what he has to say about Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum is a no-brainer that everything's going to be perfect. There's issues, and does he introduce something new? Or maybe not. I don't know. I would want to read that. If someone wants to forward me the link to whatever Ricardo Spagni of Monero said, I would be interested. I don't know who he is, but I'm assuming someone posted this here, that he's someone who is a leader in Monero, which to me is an expert. That's why you never have a long-term position in crypto, you hypocrite. You talking to me? I don't know what he's saying. Why am I a hypocrite? And I'm not sure why someone is display ZZZ. That's why you never have a long-term position in crypto, you hypocrite. If you're talking to me, you got to explain yourself. Okay. I do not believe in manipulation in Bitcoin. It's too big. And also conspiracy theories in general. Never believe conspiracy theories. Sort of ties into the whole only follow experts. By definition, a conspiracy theory is an idea promoted by some niche small thing that all of the experts are ignoring. And if it's true, why are they ignoring? I could go on, and if people want a whole video on why conspiracy theories can never be true. It's sort of like, because of the way our world works now with media, and there's so much to profit. If there's a story that's completely false and something important that's being hidden, if you have proof, you could make so much money by going to the media and revealing your evidence. So how are these secrets kept? It's impossible. what type of things can influence the price of coins? The value that the ecosystem produces that they value. If there's a coin, Ethereum, the price of Ethereum funds the miners and the securing of the network. Well, the more popular and important the network is, the more it needs securing, and the more the securing that's worth, and that drives the price. Should I get more XLM? So remember, I have my portfolio recommendation: 50% Bitcoin, 30% XLMs, Lumens, and 20% Ethereum. If you have 20% XLM and you think it should be 30, then you want more. And you buy a little bit over months, and now 60, 70% off the highs. Not the worst time to do that. And would I do it today? It just jumped a bunch. I would wait a few days. Probably comes down a little bit, right? Maybe not. If you have 0%, maybe you don't wait a couple days because you have nothing. So you buy a little. You know, meet your goals and try to buy on down days. Draper says, these people who make price predictions, I think it's crazy. Although I do think you could say Bitcoin at 50,000, which is about $1 trillion, which is, a little more than 10% of the gold value. If you believe Bitcoin disrupts gold, I think Bitcoin 50,000 sort of is a next stop, but it can way overshoot it and then come back. Who knows? I don't worry about prices beyond the fact that, well, if I think Bitcoin disrupts gold, its current price is cheap. Have I tried to pick up girls in Ty's house? I haven't been around here too much for parties, I don't think. I was here once when he had a party, and I don't know. I'm not picking up girls. It just sounds like a lot of work to me. I hang out, and if something's fun, maybe. But the answer to your question, no. But I may go check out the pajama party for a minute later. What do you think about investing in gold and silver? Read this book, The Bitcoin Standard. Really talks about how, Bitcoin is the new price, the new money, the new hard money. Gold was sort of the last great money we had, but I think Bitcoin disrupts gold, so I wouldn't buy gold because I'm buying Bitcoin, right? Fluffy Pony of Monero, maybe that's the same one someone else mentioned. I'd like to see this quote of exactly what he said and why, and then I would have thoughts about it. And that would be possibly good video content for a video here, but I would want to see what it is. Rod Redcoin, I don't know what that is, but if it's the only pure coin play I like is Bitcoin. Africa has a great, what are your thoughts of Africa and crypto? Africa has a great opportunity to sort of leapfrog some other countries because they're not heavily invested in the existing structure, the existing banking system. They're sort of underbanked, so maybe they have an opportunity to grow faster and not try to salvage an existing system. So, and there's great value to be gained in Africa, so maybe maybe Africa has a lot of opportunity. What do you think about Augur? Actually, that's a great question because that thing should have launched by now, right? I believe it was launching a month or two ago, and so this is where I say, hey, Augur, sounds great idea, and for a while it was, well, wait till it launches, So now it launches. Well, are people placing bets? Are there a ton of bets? Are they like, oh, we got to close down for a minute because there's so many bets posting or there's so much volume? If there's a lot of activity, one thing I've learned from my business, e-commerce, when you launch something, if it's good out of the gate, it's good. If it's not good right out of the gate, usually it's not good. No marketing can help it. A good product is a good product right at the beginning. So Augur launches. If it doesn't have anything happening, ignore it. If it's blowing up right out of the gate, then it's probably good, and it's early now, right? So I don't know. I think it's launched. And if it still hasn't launched, I'd be sort of concerned about that because this thing was supposed to launch and supposed to launch and supposed to launch. I don't know. I wish I had a way to take notes here. I'd like to, now you've reminded me, Golem, Augur, I want to look these up and see what's going on. Any books you recommend? I have 2 videos in my channel about books to read. You can see those, and then I just keep mentioning this new book that I would add to the list, The Bitcoin Standard. So the other books I talk about are sort of investing, and they're probably more crypto-oriented, but I do mention investing books. Like I said, 2 videos about reading, so check that out. You chat too much crap. Okay. I don't know what that means. Mass adoption is key. Yes, this is all about adoption, right? Where if you put out a product and everybody uses it, it's good. Developers make it too complicated, too much jargon. I mean, sometimes I think we maybe do overthink these things. It really is just a matter of what's going to be the most used, and that's the winner. And you can sort of judge by one that's existing. It already has the most users and it's growing fast. It's probably going to be one that continues to be the best. I think we're all looking for the next best and the next best. Crypto is the next best thing in general. So pick the one coin that's the best of the next best. Everybody's trying to find the next Bitcoin. Just own the current Bitcoin, right? Reddit, a good source. Experts are your source. Reddit is not an expert. It's just an open platform. So if there's a bunch of idiots arguing on a Reddit thread, it's not a source. If Jesse Lund from IBM has an AMA, Ask Me Anything on Reddit, I would read everything Jesse Lund says, right? He's an expert. If Vitalik Buterin held an AMA on Reddit, I would listen to everything Vitalik says. But if there's some argument about Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash and there's a bunch of idiots screaming on each side, I would not read that. Bitball is launched, it works, multiple functionalities, text payments, predicting market, bets, insurance. I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't, listen, for some of these things, there could be something out there that's interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure what this Byteball is. VeChain, I think it's about supply chain. To me, IBM seems to be the one to beat in supply chain. They're working with what's it called? Maersk, the largest container shipping company. They're working with Walmart. They have the largest players working on supply chain solutions. Maybe VeChain carves a niche, but at this point, I don't know. I would think that IBM could be the biggest, and I like IBM stock. Are you married? Oh boy, we can talk. Here's the thing. Yeah, I was married. I'm very happily divorced. We live 15 minutes from each other. Great child sharing agreement. I got him exactly 50% of the time, and we get along wonderfully now. And I help her with her new relationship things, and we're all happy. Marriage. I learned a lot, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want a video on marriage advice, that would be a whole nother topic. I would think a lot before I talk on that, because, don't want to put foot in my mouth too much, but it's tough business. I mean, and even people in good marriages will tell you it's work, it's tough, for sure, and there's certain, marriage is the only thing. One of the things I went in a little overconfident was when I focus on something and I make it a priority over the long run, it always gets better. I've always had that in my life. If I focus on something, it gets better. And I make it a priority. I focused on my marriage, made it an absolute priority, almost dropped everything else to make it work. It kept getting worse. So it's a whole different ballgame. Fortunately now we are all happy. Thank God, and the kids most of all. But I mean, I don't know, but yeah, maybe most. They're even more happy than me. Ethereum still like a mutual fund in your opinion. Oh, Ethereum, yeah, it's a platform. It's really about how do businesses build on it that have value. And if so, Ethereum is successful. So in that sense, it's like a mutual fund in that you're investing in a platform, or you're investing in a fund that has lots of businesses. If every business that launches on Ethereum fails, just like that would be a bad mutual fund, it's bad for Ethereum. And if they grow, if they all do well, then that's good for the Ethereum platform. What is my net worth? Well, basically, I mean, I don't know. Everyone's scared to talk about money. I'm not really shy to, but just in general, I own a home, more equity than debt in a home. I have stocks, similar amount, and I got crypto and maybe another amount, ballpark. So if the world doesn't fall apart, I think I'm okay without working. I mean, and I own my business. Sextoy.com, adultshopping.com. You can see everything I own on the business at cnv.com, and that still pays me a decent salary. So, I think I'm okay. Cryptocurrency bull run or bull trap. I think we're in the boring period. I think we trend along here around 7,000 as an average. Could touch 5, could touch 9 for a couple months, and then the next bull run comes. Display ZZZ, relax, dude. Oh, referring to this other guy. You're wasting time here with your confirmation bias shit. Yeah. So someone's criticizing the other idiot, but you're criticizing, I don't even know what you're talking about, but thanks for defending me. Do you think will last for 10 years plus? Do I think what will last for 10 years? I don't know. Yes, do crypto course on organizing your crypto. You know what? I could share my spreadsheet. That's a good idea. You know what? In my YouTube here, you can message me. For any message me, I'm going to forget that, and I'm not taking notes. If I don't write stuff down, it's gone. I'm going to completely forget that. I would do a course on, a video on organization, but someone's going to message me, and I'll probably now get 20 messages, but message me in my YouTube, and I will do that. What do you think about gold and silver? Read this book, The Bitcoin Standard. I think, gold, it's interesting. They talked about how silver lost to gold as the metal for money, and then, and now Bitcoin, I believe, disrupts gold. I would not buy gold. I don't know that gold's going away tomorrow, but I prefer to pick the one that's growing fast and taking over, that being Bitcoin. So I sold my gold a while ago. Do you have a morning routine? Drink water. I'm very sort of not in a routine. I'm enjoying my life now that I sort of go with the flow. Sometimes I have the kids. Sometimes we do something. Sometimes I don't. I sit down. In the morning, it is good to, make sure you're organized. It's good to get your things to-do list the night before. If not, do it in the morning. And do the number one priority first, and do the thing that is sort of takes the most mental energy first or has the most value. And then go through your list through the day. And I like every day, got to do some exercise. I could also do videos. I'm so into the Tom Brady book and rolling out your muscles, super important. I could do videos on health. Breathing, eating, drinking water. If you guys are interested, message me things you're interested. I may do that. When you put a long-term, short-term, take your profits. You're thinking like you're an entrepreneur in investing. It's not. It's investing. If I buy Bitcoin, so I bought it at 350, and now what is it worth? 7,000. Does that mean I don't have 7,000 and I only have it when I sell it? No, it's worth what it's worth. You don't have to sell it to gain that value. I have that value. I'm holding an asset that is valued at that. And I want to be in it, so I want to get more gains. You don't just when you sell it does not when you make money. That whole analogy goes to my video talking about, are you an investor or an entrepreneur? Money, what does it say? Blame him if you lose your money. Blame me. Listen, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't blame me. I'm someone telling you I've been in business, been an investor, 50 years old. I don't know. Believe me, when I was the age of most of you, I was way stupider than I am now. I don't claim to have all the answers. But, you try to learn from people. I'm giving some advice here. Where were we? Uh-oh. So, do you run an e-commerce site? Yes. Sextoy.com. Oh, and I created a coupon today for Tai Lopez, but I'll share it with you. TAI10 at sextoy.com, not sex toys. Get 10% off your sex toy order. I know a lot of you out there were just chomping at the bit to buy something, but we do most of the business is B2B. I have a wholesale site, Sex Toy Club with drop shipping, sextoyclub.com, and a white label affiliate program, adultshopping.com. VeChain, I talked about that. Komodo launching the first decentralized ICO. They have a private decentralized exchange. These exchanges, there's so many exchanges and decentralized exchanges. None of them have none of them have real volume, enough volume to compete with the centralized ones. Eventually, there probably will be one, but I wait and see. So again, I'm going to invest when if I saw a way to invest. And some of these things, it's like Huobi coin, and there's a Binance coin. And Binance seems like a great company, but you don't own, if I could own a percentage of the company, that's one thing, but you own a coin which gives you a discount on trading, or maybe you get a percentage of people's tradings. The valuations are very not good. You know what I mean? Like you're paying a lot for a tiny bit of money. So even if Binance does well, it doesn't mean the coin's going to do well. But on Bitcoin Cash, I have a video. 3 cryptocurrencies that I think go to zero within 5 years. Bitcoin Cash is one of them. I think Bitcoin eats its lunch. On-chain scaling, I don't think is a real solution. Craig Wright, I think, is a fraud. Zero confirmations for instant transactions. I don't believe it. And the Lightning Network for Bitcoin is instant, private, and free. That's where the money is. Bitcoin kills Bitcoin Cash. On how not to work for money. Listen, I don't work for money because I'm 50. When I was 25, when I started my e-commerce business, I set my alarm for 6 a.m., got up, sat in my room, I worked from home, and I worked 6 a.m. till midnight. And my first 6 months, I did that 7 days a week. And then for years, just ridiculous amounts of hours working. And then I reduced as time went on and reduced. And now, listen, I have money in the business. A lot of it runs itself, and I have people I've worked with for 10 years who I trust to run it. So now I don't have to work because I've put the work in. You can't start a business without working. You can't get that ball rolling. You got to get a ball rolling, right? And it's like the snowball, and you roll it, and it gets bigger and bigger, and eventually you're pushing it down a hill. But to get started, you got to get in the snow and start rolling the friggin' snowball and push it all by yourself while it's snowing out. That then someday you don't work. You got to put in crazy hours if you want to own a business. What age did you first invest in stocks? My father was always into stocks. He taught me when I was a kid. He had some stocks he held for me. When I was like 18, he gave me the portfolio, which I mostly didn't do great with. He probably should have gave me a better education before he just gave it to me. But I sort of did okay. The key that I didn't learn until later is reading. It's all about reading. You got to read like a maniac to be a good investor. So do you sell things at a lot? The thing is, you want to be in winners. If you're something you determine it's a loser, whether the price is high or low, if it's a loser, you want to get out of it. You want to do it at a good time when there's a rally. If something's a loser, it depends how much of a loser it is. Is it it's a tough question because you don't want to just jump out of stuff. Make sure you really no longer believe in it and you're really convinced you hate it. Wait for a rally day and dollar cost average out, or sell a little bit of it now, sell a little bit of it in a month, and a little bit more in a month, and eventually you transition out of it. Same way you get into stuff, you get out the same way. Do you think XLM $5? I think it will be between 10 cents and $1 million. Somewhere between there, I'm willing to bet my life on it. What is the best country to start your business in? I have no idea. Somewhere where you want to live. And it depends what the business is. If you're worried about there's some crazy regulations in one country, depends what you want to do. If you just want to do something and you live in America and there's no regulations against what you're doing, and regulations, when I say, I don't mean something illegal. It's like in crypto, there's so many regulations for no reason. You want to do something good, and it's like you have to get all these lawyers. So I don't know. I don't remember not to do everything for money. You're building a life, not a business. You may be building a business as part of your life, but you want to maintain your health. You want to have relationships. It might be family, and there might be a country you want to live in. So it's like, I can make 20% more if I lived in Antarctica. But then you're living in Antarctica, right? If you love, I love California. I pay a lot of money for that sun, right? I pay a lot of money, to be able to be near, Tai Lopez here in California. It's expensive, but I want to live here. So it's not I don't live in California for business. I live in California because I like it. So, remember, you don't want to be rich and unhappy. 50 years, you look young. Thank you. Michaela or Vitalik, I love them both. I'm doing intermittent fasting. It's great for me. Oh, yeah. being hungry. I finally got back. I had issues with, I was eating too much for almost a year now. And then finally I'm back to like every day, at least once, I'm starving. Love it. It's important. Feels good. Especially, yeah. The one thing they found to extend the length of your life is less calories. One of the a lot of your energy is used in digestion. So, yeah, I'm off food. Food's a drug. A video on health. Yeah, maybe I will. Okay. Auger and Golem. Thank you. Now you're going to message me about the Auger and Golem. I'm not writing it down here. I'm going to put the camera down and write. What am I going to do? You don't seem stressed. You know what? I mean, my life is all about, I learned at a young age, first of all, nothing is worth stress. And I mean, listen, we have stresses in life, but if you're living super stressed out, whatever it is you're trying to do, it's not worth it. And by the way, the reason I keep tapping is with these comments, in case you're wondering why my finger. And now, listen, if you don't have a job, you don't have deadlines, honestly, my only responsibility, besides spending time with my kids, but that's prearranged, and is trying to add a few videos a week, but that's not hard. So yeah, my stress level is low right now. Occasionally something comes up, but can you do more videos on not working for money and your experience in financial independence? Well, you got to work for money to get you build up. I have savings. I have a business that I've owned for 20 years. And I have investments, and crypto's gone up. So now I don't have to work. You can't start out like that. That's the finish line. You got to work your ass off for a long time. Have you ever been in an isolation tank? No, I have not. Please read all this. You sometimes only answer first part of the question. Can you see a coin succeeding for real estate contracts? There are some ICOs built off Ethereum for this. Do you have any recommendations? So one thing is, there's a difference between a coin that is valuable and some sort of application that works, that makes the world better. So, for example, someone may, on the Stellar network, tokenize real estate, although you're saying real estate contracts, or let's say someone creates real estate contracts on Ethereum, and that's awesome. But that just makes Ethereum more valuable, which would say, well, that's good for the Ethereum coin. So the coin for that is Ethereum. And sometimes these companies come out with something that's like interesting, and then they have a coin, but you don't really need the coin to do what they're doing. And so then someday maybe what they do is cool, but the coin's not worth anything. So, your question is very theoretical, and it's like I'd have to see what the actual business and the actual coin and the whole thing and what that is. Someone said Boston is better than LA. Well, listen, it depends what your priorities are. If you like swimming all year round, if you like being in a big city, if you like being able to, well, you can go to the beach, but in Boston, how often you go? A couple months a year. And if you like being close to the steep and deep skiing, LA, baby. What about Qdom? So that finally must have launched. I'm curious. Is it? I think it's launched. I think it's decentralized. Are they getting adoption? Are companies investing on it? I don't know. We got to see. Whew. What is your ideal retirement lifestyle? So, I guess because now I'm not working for money. I'm working by reading, by making these videos, but I'm not working for money. I'm working to do things that I think add value, that I enjoy. So I guess that means I'm retired. So I love my retirement style. I hope I can continue. If the stock market and the crypto market collapse and then my business falls by a lot, I may have to figure out how to make some more money. But hopefully not. How much do I read? It's got to be over 3 hours, maybe 3 or 4 hours a day now. I'd like to get it up. Warren Buffett reads 8 hours a day. But at the same time, it's, I'm trying to spend more time either exercising or rolling my muscles. I started watching Game of Thrones, never watched it. I roll with Tom Brady's vibrating roller for hours. What about OX? That's another decentralized exchange. Does it have any volume? I don't think so. Have I ever invested in an ICO? I did one ICO way back that, I thought it was okay. And then I just looked at it, and it's like nothing. I put in a tiny bit of money because I was curious about this thing, and it looks like it's approaching zero. I don't know why, because they came out, they had some earnings, and they paid a little dividend. It looked like it was something that might be good. And I just looked at it the other day, and it's almost to zero. So I don't know what happened there. But this is, ICOs. I did once when the ICOs were early. Of course, the one I picked was stupid, but let's see what else. We're expanding on YouTube. You know, my goal in YouTube was to be able to get feedback. When I post a video, and if I say something wrong, I'm going to hear about it. Or if I have a question, hey, I'm trying to figure out how this works. Can you guys give me some advice? I'm going to get advice. And if I say, you know, and the feedback, that's what I wanted. I've got enough followers that I get feedback, so I'm happy. I'd like it to be bigger, maybe for my ego, and why not? But I'm not really working at it. I don't care. I wanted 10,000 subscribers. I got that. So how much money do you need to retire is sort of like, well, I don't know. What do you want to do, right? If you're single living in Montana, I don't know. You're probably a couple $100,000 and you own a house, you're probably fine. If you have 3 kids and you want to send them all to Harvard, you might, and you live in a town that doesn't have a good public school, you need a lot more money. If you want to retire and you want to, you know, travel on private jets, and stay at fancy hotels, you need more money. You know, you got to figure out what you want your lifestyle is, and then it matters. And then that sort of it grows from that. So how much do you need depends on what's your lifestyle. And a lot of it is running the numbers. Planning is very important in life, what you want to do, but also look at the numbers going forward. And write down those numbers and see what you have and what you need and what it takes to get there. Best sexual advice. Well, I don't know if I'm the best person to give sex advice. I'm trying to think what I would say is, it's all about connection and being comfortable. And sometimes that comfort is just, you have confidence, and no matter who you're with, you're like comfortable and confident and connect. But that's the key. Because sex is mostly about sort of letting yourself go, which if you're not comfortable with someone, I don't think you do that. And communicating, and so you got to be comfortable. So that's probably the most important part. And also I learned from when I was young, I would say, you take it slow. You can have information overload. That's it. A lot of guys are like, oh, I want to, have a 5-some or, some crazy. Yeah, that might be good, but it's sort of like you could do too much at once, and then you sort of go numb. So take it slow. Make sure you're connected and you can feel what is happening before you just try to do something crazy. The crazy is good. When you start getting bored, then you add something. That's all good. But if you just try to go too far, too fast, you can sort of lose touch with what's happening and sort of almost not even feel it. I'm not sure I'm a qualified sex advisor. Yes, still believe Cardano, IOTA, and Bitcoin Cash within 5 years goes to zero. Also, NEO, I don't like. It's not decentralized. I'm skeptical that it ever will be. I think it's just a money raise thing. Only reason I'm not sure it goes to zero is because they're so good at raising money, they may keep raising money and not go to zero. Modern investing is 3 to 5 year hold, in your opinion, or still Warren Buffett hold forever? Well, the longer you hold something that keeps growing, the more money you make. That is the key. Warren Buffett has made so much money because he's held stuff for 30 years that kept growing. So you're always trying to pick as long as possible. I like at least 3 years if you can hold it for that long and it keeps going up. You've done well. Warren Buffett's been around for a long time, probably going to be around more. It's probably a good thing that you can hold for a long time. Smart guy. Like, I like to look at investing. I said this in my video I made on it. It's not just buying a stock. If the person running it, if Warren Buffett walked in and said, here, I want to give you some of my money, I'd give it to him happily, right? So think about that when you invest. And would you want to give your money to Warren Buffett? I would. I do. I think I skipped questions up here. I'm sort of lost in the comments. Let's see. What about Abra wallets? Are they safe? I download things to the blockchain and leave it there and use the hardware wallet to log in if I need to. I don't know. People have stuff in wallets and they're sending coins all over the place. Maybe it's for people who are traders, and I don't know why you have money on your phone and wallets and sending money all over the place. What are you doing? I don't know. I think right now the story with everything, it's a store of value. Store value story, so you own it, you download it, and you let it sit there. I never touch my money. What do I need some fancy wallet for and put it on my phone? I would never put any money on my phone. What if it scares me? What's on your bucket list? I'm just mostly into sort of getting I'm sort of a bit of a homebody right now, staying home and just building up my strength. My marriage that did work out beat me down for a couple of years. I had to rebuild my strength. I'm getting back to where I was. But I'm happy just sort of laying low right now, just building my strength so that I can return. What would be most valuable? What happened to my... Which most valuable advice you wish you knew when you were 18? Well, the Ty's advice on reading, that you're looking for mentors, use books for that, and you don't have to read the whole book. Just read parts you want. If you don't like it, get rid of it. And also, the quick hits for money, think you make a lot of money fast, is fun and exciting, but the biggest money are the deals that go on for years and years. And so it's very exciting, and you can sort of chase something that'll make you a lot of money. But the best ones are the things that maybe aren't as exciting and sexy, but last for 10 or more years. That's where the real money is. Selling fiat to your bank, selling fiat. I think you're talking about which exchanges take fiat. I mean, there's only a few. I don't know. There's Coinbase, Gemini, I think, takes dollars, and there's a few others. I don't know that many. I don't know them all. But I mean, if you can get into an exchange and they'll take your fiat and give you crypto, well, then that one works for you, and use it. Or if you need more, then you find another one. I don't have a car. I ride my bike everywhere. Should I keep investing or buy a car? Well, it's sort of like, what do you need the car? If the car, first of all, if you're talking about just money, will the car help you make money, or will it significantly improve your lifestyle? Or then again, you could probably just use Uber. I would run the number. If it's just financial, run the numbers on Uber versus the car. And does the car make you money, or is it just lifestyle? If it's lifestyle, value lifestyle. There's something to be said for having a lifestyle that it makes you happy. But investing, and the other thing is investing, the problem with investing is it doesn't always go well. I mean, you may invest and you lose all your money. You would have been better off with a car. So that, there's a lot of angles to that question. But do your analysis and ask experts. Do your analysis and then run it by someone who's really smart or knows about this sort of thing and knows you maybe or whatever. And you say, this is what I'm thinking. And they say, oh, that makes sense, or it doesn't. And you do the best you can. Actually sent the fiat to your bank. I think you're talking about if you go in reverse. I'm not trying to take any crypto, sell it, and get dollars out at this point. I'm not trying to do that. If that's what you're talking about, I believe you can go fiat to crypto, and those same places will give you the crypto, and you can get fiat back. I don't really do that. I'm not sort of doing any of that right now. I'm just holding my crypto I have, and maybe some days I sell Ethos. I don't know what that is. What price would you immediately sell all your XLM? It's not about that. It's, do I think the ecosystem will keep growing? I guess theoretically, if it was worth $5 trillion today, that's probably a little high. Not to mention, I could change my life. If there was something that could really change my lifestyle, like I could just buy, do something and it would change my lifestyle by getting out of crypto. I'm not holding it just to make money. The idea is that it improves my lifestyle. If I had so much money in it that even though I think it's going to go up, if I sold it and I could buy a better house, maybe I'd do that. I don't know. I don't think in terms of price. It's important to follow fundamentals and not price, right? You want to be invested in things that are growing. But at the same time, if you've got a lot of money somewhere, or if it went up so much, then that would mean that that Stellar is like 90% of all my net worth. Well, then I'd sell some off so that to spread out my net worth with a little real estate and some stocks so that I'm not totally only in XLM. I've just joined the stream. What is this? My name is Dave Levine. This is my channel. I study crypto all day, and I talk about it on my videos. And today I'm at Tai Lopez's place doing a live show. I wonder how. Let's go see how the pajama party's going. I've been doing this an hour and 20. It might be time for me to check out the pajama party. No offense to you guys, but let's see here if I can get through the curtain. Well, I mean, doesn't look that exciting, right? Oh, here's someone in their underwear. Thank you. So there we go. Crypto future without mining. Oh, nice switch. There we go. I think I feel like mining maybe stays constant here. It sort of may remain the foundation for Bitcoin for a while. And Ethereum has mining that probably isn't going away immediately. But Ethereum is building proof of stake. Stellar is already sort of a proof of stake. No, it's not even proof of stake. It's this delegated, I don't know what they call their consensus mechanism, but they don't use mining. I don't think mining goes away by any means immediately or maybe even forever, but proof of stake is growing and maybe mining doesn't grow that much. That's why I wouldn't invest in mining right now. We may be at sort of a peak, but I don't think it goes away. What is my sign? My sign is the Big Dipper. I'm sure you've seen it. It's the best sign possible. Very few people have it. Most people have one of those other 12, but my sign's the Big Dipper. And if you believe that planets billions of miles away have any effect on humans, not to mention have an effect in a way that we can predict, you shouldn't be investing. Where's my comments? And set it up. Is it possible to summon in 20 that was created randomly? Yeah, you know what? The Ledger Nano, you can look up videos on how it works. I believe it is safe. Buy a new one. Don't buy one off eBay. But I believe Ledger Nano and Trezor are sort of the safest we have for protecting your private key. What is your first priority about yourself? I look at life in three things. Health, and this is similar to what Ty says, health, wealth, and relationships. None of those three should be a disaster. And preferably, all three should be good. So you should be happy with the relationships that you have in your life. You should be comfortable financially, and your health should be good. And that's all up to you. Like if maybe you don't want to be a billionaire. You don't need to be happy. You just want whatever you want, whatever those levels are. But you don't want to be broke, or sick, or have no friends, right? But whatever those things mean for you, right? I don't go out a lot socially, and that's what I want. Other people want to go out with a bunch of people every day. So it depends what you want. But those three areas are what I look for to be happy. Do I meditate every day? Transcendental meditation. I'll save you $1,000. I went to transcendental meditation. I'm going to tell you quickly, and then I might have to wrap this up. What time does it start? At 7:30? No. Oh, it's 8:30. I think I'm going to wrap this in a minute. I'm going to talk about meditation for a second. What else are you staking if not electricity to keep the Bitcoin network safe? Now, Bitcoin is only proof of work. Ethereum eventually has staking, and there's other systems that may be cool in the future that have staking. Boy, this could go on forever, and there's so many comments coming. I will do this again. But I just want to finish on meditation. Very important. If you read, what's his name? Oh, God, the guy who interviews everybody. And he had a book, and I don't remember that either. I'm getting tired. Anyways, so many super successful people meditate, and transcendental meditation is one of the best. What they do, you have a meaningless word. You can look up the transcendental meditation words. They have these list of words. They act like the word for you. You have to only use that word. It doesn't matter. Any word. But it's better, I think, to have a word that has no meaning because it's less. So Meditation is focus. If you stare at that one thing for 5 minutes, that's meditation. If you watch your breath only for 5 minutes, that's meditation. If you say a meaningless word in your head, I use kering or enga. It means nothing. Close my eyes and just try to lock onto that word. You'll say it 10 times and all of a sudden you think about something else. You come back. And the more you do it, for 20 minutes, you try to lock on it. If you can lock on for a minute, it's a long time. But it gets you to relax. You're practicing focus, helps you become better focused, resets and clears your mind. And I do it. It's great for transitions. You're working, you're in work mode, and now I'm about to go and hang with my kids. Completely different mindset. I'll meditate, sort of stops all those work programs. What do I do next? And all this in my mindset. And I wake up and I start thinking, okay, now it's playtime with the kids, different mindset. It's great for transitions. Also, I like to say meditation, it's like a nap for people who have too much energy to nap. That 20 minutes can keep you awake for another hour and a half at night. So yeah, strong believer in meditation. What do you do talking to us? And you go to let me tell you, I used to be Sex Toy Dave, 2009. I was on reality shows, throwing parties in Hollywood Hills. Seen it all. I like to say I've seen what's behind curtain number 3. And guess what? It's fun. It's great, but eventually you'll learn what is most important in life. And it's not chasing shiny objects. Melatonin, I don't do melatonin. The most important thing for good sleep, I think, is being relaxed, not stressed. Dave, question mark? Yes, my name is Dave. Yeah, and I'm tired, I'm hungry. I really enjoy doing this stuff, and you all help me learn. The video about OMG, I was really down on OMG. If I hadn't done the video, I might have sold it before it went up 50%. Did the video, got some interesting articles, still studying it. So you guys always helping me, appreciate it. And I learn more just by when I'm making a video. I'm like, I better study more before you, so I know what I'm saying and I know what I'm thinking. So appreciate it. You guys have been a great help for me. And I will keep doing the channel. Message me on things you want topics me to talk about. I think that's all. Thank you all. Much love. I don't know how to stop this thing. Please make more videos. You will. Yes, I will. Stop? Yes. Bye-bye.